Hey everyone, I know it's been a while, but Gargaritas are back after a few weeks of figuring out what's going on in the world where we weren't necessarily in the headspace to record. We decided that now is the time to come back and talk to you guys again.
Somewhat in our normal situation.
Yeah, it's a normal in quotations.
Yeah.
It's a new normal, I guess, since it's now been 4 weeks, which is kind of crazy. But we're here in Dubai. The four of us are here and doing well, and we're safe and monitoring everything. Before we get into our topic of today, we'll just say thank you to everyone who reached out, especially in just the first early days. We heard from all of us heard from friends and family and professional contacts that were just checking in, and I think for anyone who messaged, I thought the thought was very much appreciated.
Feel loved.
Feel loved, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I think
Yeah.
people are
Concerned about you.
no, but it just tells us something about
Yeah.
a person. Just like a simple check-in doesn't
Yeah.
take that much time.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's not the point. But what we're talking about today kind of relates to the past 4 weeks. We thought we'd talk about anxiety generally, how we have felt it before, what it looks like for both of us, what we've been feeling over the past few weeks, and how we deal with it.
And in general
Yeah.
anxiety, people
Yes,
go through this. It's a big word.
especially today,
Yeah.
which we
So
might touch upon
yeah.
on if
So
it's too big of a word, but whatever.
yeah.
And we're pairing today with something that I just kind of came up with on the fly of thinking of something that feels calming. It's like a lavender lemon drop type of situation. Don't know exactly how I put it together right now, but I will put the recipe up. It's like a martini, lavender
Yeah.
martini.
It's nice.
It's kind of
Lemony.
nice, refreshing.
Yeah. The smell is nice.
We should make this more often.
Yeah.
The smell is nice. Okay, when did you, I don't know if you know, if you remember, first feel anxious?
No, see, anxious, everybody feels day to day life. If when you are young, you're going for exam or sports tournament, or going to sleep at night when you are by yourself in the house, or there's so many scenarios where you can feel anxious, but that it's short lived. Then ki after exam or after this thing it will be gone.
Through experience,
Yeah.
you
And
learn
then what is anxiety is that you feel like uneasiness, and you are like stressed about something uncertain which you don't know how it is going to be.
So wait, but what is anxiety is a good question. You said you feel, how do you differentiate anxiety and stress?
Stress, stress can be due to things in your control.
Okay.
So I can be
Right.
stressed about
Like work.
work, or like things like which are in my control, or my health or somebody's health or whatever. But anxiety, which I think, in my opinion, anxiety, what you feel, the feeling, very uneasiness, that is due to you don't know the outcome, you don't know the uncertainty of the situation, like
Yeah.
you're going for exam, you don't know how you're going to do in the exam. You're going for sports tournament, you don't know how you're going to do, and then like whenever we've moved to different countries, I felt,
Like almost the fear of an unknown.
yeah.
Yeah.
I felt anxious about taking the family, how kids are going to adapt to new environment, new school, what I'm going to do, with my time, and the whole situation, not knowing how it's going to be. And then that was, I would say, that was anxiety.
Maybe that's a good way. Like stress is the what you would feel, let's say, when you're studying for something. And I think anxiety is what you feel right before you take it. Maybe that's the way to differentiate. But then I feel also definitions will inevitably change per person based off of how they feel it.
Yeah. Everybody, like for somebody who has moved a lot, or somebody who has gone to different places, and for them, like moving to a different place, they won't feel anxious. But for some people who has not left their comfort zone, or hasn't left anywhere, for their first move will be very,
It's like what you said already, like it's anything unknown.
yeah,
When you're doing something
yeah,
unknown, unfamiliar, and you also don't know somebody else who's maybe done it.
no,
Like, I'm sure, when you first had these, like,
Yeah.
how are you supposed to know?
yeah.
And you would have felt probably very different maybe when Ishu was born.
Right,
Because you have gone through
yeah,
it.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like you learn, I think experiences can teach you
yeah.
how to deal with it, but it can manifest again in different ways depending on what context you're in.
Yeah, and different levels of anxiety. Like I said, for exam, it's a different kind of it.
Yeah.
For bigger thing, it's a different, like health. If somebody's sick, like when Nani was sick at home, I was so, before I would go to bed, I would have a phone with me, and then I was the last year before she like was passed away, then I would keep the phone next to me, and whenever I would get a call from Mamu or whatever, I would get anxious
Yeah.
that why this call was coming, or something like that. So that's that kind of anxiety which it's hard to overcome.
Yeah, that I think is like trauma induced
Yeah,
anxiety.
yeah.
I don't necessarily know if I have that, but like these, from when I fell in college, and she didn't pick up the phone, and now when she sees a missed call from me, then she feels anxious.
Yeah.
About like, oh my God, what could have happened and how did I miss it?
Yeah.
Even though that happened a million years ago.
Yeah.
And things were fine, but it's like that. It's hard to unlearn the emotional reaction to something.
Yeah.
Especially when it was so deep.
Yeah. It's like somebody, tells you, oh, don't take stress. Oh, don't worry about it. Like how do you teach yourself not to worry about it, not to take stress, not to be anxious? I think yes, you can do it, but that is that training your body or your mind very much into the deep meditation and stuff like that. Otherwise, day to day, and I think you should deal with the anxiety. You cannot say, oh, I will just meditate and that my anxiety will go away. No, if it is coming, you talk to somebody, you go through the channels, and then you deal with it that way.
I agree. I mean, there's two sides of it. And one is I think that you should experience it, and only then can you know what it feels like for yourself so that you can recognize it, and then also learn the skill of how to deal with it. But I also think the flip side is like, don't let it persist, and there are ways to deal with it.
Yeah.
Which we will get into, but will also be different, person to person, but also contact with your own self, how you deal, like you said, it's different depending on the situation, like how you might deal with a pre-exam anxiety versus something like I don't know, some family member serious health anxiety. Those are two very different things, and now you can maybe know this helped me in that scenario, now I think it'll help me again.
Yeah.
But did you feel like we use the word a lot now? I mean, our generation is just generally more comfortable.
No,
with
it's
discussing emotion,
this is just people are used to these words. People. It's not the people didn't use these words before. Like especially when we were growing up, when we were in India, we did not know what stress is, what anxiety is, what it's just you just say, oh, something happens to my stomach before I give exam. We did not know this is, I'm dealing with something mental, you know.
Because
I thought it was physical because
Yeah.
you felt something in your stomach. You didn't feel anything like that, and that's how people dealt with it. It doesn't mean that they didn't feel anxious about stuff.
No, 100%. I don't think.
Yeah.
It's like the conversation we were having the other day about how we felt stressed or tired or anxious.
Yeah.
Generationally.
Yeah.
I think your guys' generation either feels like you didn't feel it because you didn't have reason to, but I actually think that's not the case.
No.
You felt it,
but was not openly talked about it.
Yeah, but you didn't have the environment to express the feeling.
Yeah.
Or someone else telling you, like you say, you don't know what
Or
it
even
is.
if you told somebody, you said, okay, yeah, that happens, so what?
Yeah, like it was
That response, you will get that response. You will not say, oh, let's deal with it, let's do this, why you feel like this.
Yeah.
And schools didn't do that, and society didn't do that, so parents didn't do that.
Yeah.
So you were kind of on your own. If you felt like that, yes, you did, and then you dealt with it.
So who was the first, like when was the first time that you felt you expressed it to someone and it was like validated, or you recognized that this is what it is, if you didn't know growing up?
No, I think telling someone was. I still don't remember when I would talk about it. Like when I was going to the U.S. first time, I was anxious. I was going to leave my whole life behind, and just moving into a country where I did not know anybody, not knowing the environment, not knowing
Not fully
people,
knowing
not
your husband either.
yeah. So, but I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell my parents that I am feeling anxious and all that stuff. So I think internally I dealt with it.
Then how did you deal with it?
It's just, I don't even remember. It's just like, telling yourself, like you go on with it.
Yeah.
And then just it just
I think in that scenario, what's maybe also different is when you feel like your choices are a bit limited, it in some ways can help. Because at that time, I don't think you really did you have the full freedom to be like, I don't want to go, I don't, whatever. Yes, in theory, yes. But in practice...
No, there was no option not to go.
Yeah, okay, exactly. No, I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, no one's just dragging your hand.
Yeah,
is my
yeah.
point.
Oh, I could have delayed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying because practically you knew, like, this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
You knew it before you got married, like, dad doesn't live there, whatever. You had made that decision. It's just like taking a plunge.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Living with your own decisions. It was not, and I will tell to my parents that, oh my gosh, guys, what did you do? And now I feel anxious. I can't go now. What do I do? And all that stuff was not discussed. So, and nobody even asked me, how do you feel going by yourself? How do you feel
oh my God, that's so crazy.
leaving everything back and just moving to new place and traveling by yourself for 24 hours? So
Did it stop once you got there?
yeah, naturally it will. When you go there and then you see, oh, it's not all that different. There are different people, yes, there are different languages, different environment, everything is that, but it's not all that different. So that's, it calms your nerves little bit, but there are so many things to deal with. You have to go get the admission in the school, you have to go get the driving license, you have to be by yourself the whole day, you have to learn how to handle
that probably was a big deal for you because you had never been by yourself.
how to handle a house by yourself, how to manage the life by yourself. That's what I'm saying, that these people say, oh, you guys didn't have this thing, but we had so many other things to worry about, not just the work part of it. Like when I got married, when I reached there, I had to figure it out how I'm going to live in this country, what am I going
But
to
you
work.
weren't alone.
No, I was not alone, but still that part of it had I had to go through the exams, like lessons by myself. Nobody will take test for me, right? So all these things I had to figure out. I had to go to the
But everyone
university.
has to do that.
That's what I'm saying. But it's not, I'm saying it's not all that easy also. It's like,
No.
yeah, it's like, so everybody has their own, these things to kind of deal with.
Yeah, for sure. And also what will induce what we might think, like if someone were to tell me, I might not understand traveler anxiety, for example.
Yeah, some people will have that.
Yeah, because we've been traveling, I mean, since we were babies, and we also travel every 2 months, and we also travel around the world. Like, it's not just that we get on 3-hour flights, we get on 14-hour flights. And some people, like Ritu Masi, has general,
Yeah.
I mean, she's got general claustrophobia anxiety,
Yeah.
but some people have this, like, traveler thing, and I won't be able to necessarily relate.
Yeah.
But that's just because, like, my life is different. I have different kinds of anxieties that they
Yes.
like, well, I don't understand why you're so... Like,
Yeah.
I get claustrophobic.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like and if I have to, I'll be very anxious to, like when we went to Egypt and they were going to take us to inside the pyramids, I said I'm not going
Yeah, I don't
there.
know. I'm wondering now. So because
No, but you were very small, so
that's
for
my
you,
point.
yeah.
I think about that now.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we went inside, I had to duck a bit.
Yeah.
And I was super small.
Yeah.
Whatever, like 11-ish. And I'm trying to think if that came again now when I have gone in.
Yeah.
But I think if I'm with people, then
Yeah.
it's different. I don't actually think that I felt much intense anxiety, like what you said about exams and moving countries and all that kind of stuff. Like, sure, but always felt the unfamiliar feeling was familiar. So I was like, I know, like I've been through exams multiple times, so like that I know is going to be over.
Yeah, it's just
temporary
different.
thing?
That's what I said. It's a different kind of
Yeah.
anxiousness,
But I think the first time I really started to feel it for repetitive nature was last year, 2025 and 2024 and working.
Why,
And I don't know
why
why.
did you?
Or actually, maybe I had been with work before. I don't know. I am trying to think of what could have been in my first job too. I think.
But then you were here.
Yeah, but I didn't feel it while I was here.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like when I'm by myself
Yeah.
and then things get stressful, to me, I think it starts to manifest into
Yeah.
anxiety.
Yeah.
And a lot of what ended up happening with work is like we were saying with the unfamiliar is you just really don't know what that day is going to bring or what you missed or what you should have done but didn't do ahead of time. And there's only so much put togetherness that you can handle or that you can do. And I don't know, I never in my life felt so unprepared on a daily basis that like later on when I got more serious into my work stuff that I started to feel like people are very comfortable with the feeling of I know I don't know how my day is going to go and I'm good with it, and I don't think that I necessarily processed that, which then built and cycled, and then when things didn't go predictable.
So how did you deal with that?
I deal always with venting. Like venting, expressing. I am well, you know this. I say it.
Yeah.
I very rarely internalize. I will find who I think will respond in the best way. Or sometimes I just need to talk about it with somebody.
You just need a listener, I think.
I need someone
You
to
don't want somebody to tell you that, oh no, you should do this. I think this is what I find people miss this, that empathy listening.
Yeah.
You don't need to tell all the time, oh you can do this, or you should do this, or you should do that, or do just listen. Just give your ear, that's it. and then that helps a lot for somebody who's coming to you with your problem,
Totally.
or venting, or whatever, situation is. This is, why these psychologists or these people make money. What they are doing, they're just sitting in their chair and listening to them.
Okay, mom, they do a lot more.
A lot more, but I'm saying you need a listener.
Yeah. In that, you're right.
And you will just trick you from that listening. You will, oh, so you will ask that question, and then you will go more into detail, and then you again listening.
Yeah.
You just need empathetic listener.
I mean, I think that's how I've dealt with any, what's the word? Difficulty or challenge, or especially emotionally. Like, I will call, and being in the US, like, Leeds and East were in the same time zone. They were close. So the amount of times that I called them crying, just, I was already crying. I'm really bad with stopping myself from crying. So I would call them just and say what I needed to say, or like just be on the phone, and it would then go away after some time, and they wouldn't even have to say that much. But that's how I feel like I dealt with it. Well, eventually I came home, but that's like
But then running away from the situation is not dealing with it also.
no, I feel what I discovered is I don't think that I could continue in that mental state by myself. And the reality of it was that I was alone in Chicago, without the real possibility to move where I knew somebody. Like, Deeds was leaving the U.S., and like, we just didn't know where someone. There was nowhere for me to go where someone existed. So I was like, that would have been the solution, and not necessarily running with it. But if I couldn't have that solution, this was which I do think at some point you need to decide how much more of it you can take, and that will come based off of like what your options are.
Yeah, it's how you deal with the situation, what is best for you, you decide.
But I think it's important, like, it's very easy for me to say because I very easily do speak up. But with something like this, processing is one thing, and giving yourself a second to think about it. I don't think that this is something that you're supposed to deal with on your own.
No, that's what I'm saying. You need to deal with the situation, either telling somebody or finding a person, whoever you find confidence in. You just dealing with, not just saying yourself, oh, no, it's some nothing, it's not nothing.
Or letting it fester. That's the right word.
Yeah.
No, like when we went to India, so we decided about a few days in to the conflict, that we were gonna leave. We were gonna try to leave to get away from the situation, unknowing what was gonna come of it, how long we were gonna be out, blah blah blah. But you didn't know. Once we got there, you felt a certain way, but you didn't say it.
See, that's what we're getting there. It was fine. To be leaving here I was into the decision 75%. So
Yeah.
I said, okay, let's go. But then getting there and not having the date to come back.
But we had a date.
No, we had a date like very
April
3rd, and then that one also like could have gone anywhere. The reason I'm saying what I felt is the situation, people can, because when we went there, people kept on saying, oh, it's not going to end soon.
Yeah.
If I would have known, like daddy said, oh, I knew it's going to take. If I would have known that
Yeah.
it's going to go for a long time, for sure I wouldn't have left.
Okay.
The reason I felt so uneasy and anxious, because I was feeling that I won't be able to come home.
But
then how long I will be away from home, how long will be.
no, but you can't say you would never. Like, what if the situation was worse? I mean,
No,
we
no,
don't actually
naturally,
have
yeah,
things
yeah, yeah.
bomb. Like, we don't have things blowing up
Yeah, yeah,
there.
naturally वो तो you will always assess the situation. And the thing was also like people who are friends, nobody, I was talking to people here, they were all here, and I was talking to people, they were all living like normal
Normal,
life.
yeah.
They were
In
going to the,
quotations, but yeah.
yeah, yeah, or they like friends are going to hospital for the doctor's appointments, banks, work. So people are going on with their as normal as can be. But that's my thing was.
But less about, to me it's no, not for, this is like less about why you felt that way. Whatever you felt, you felt. But when it first started, like, we didn't know.
Oh, the on 28th of February,
No,
you were saying.
no.
Ah.
When we got to India,
Ha ha ha.
and I think you felt this way probably within a few hours of getting there. You started to feel anxious.
Few days, yeah, couple of days.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because we didn't talk about how you were feeling until, let's say, four or 5 days
Yeah,
in, right?
yeah.
So, but you were feeling it before.
Yeah.
And then the time that we did talk about it, like, I think things had come to the surface level for you.
Yeah.
And you had just let yourself go, and you were
Yeah.
like, this is how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
But why during those initial few days you didn't say anything? Like, that's just how you
No, because I was
processed, or
no,
what?
yeah, I was processing. Like I like I told you how I internalize all the things, because I was seeing how, like, in your own house, how daddy was roaming around there, and he doesn't go anywhere more than 5 days or whatever. I was looking at the whole, how you guys were in your program and how you guys were dealing with the situation. So I was looking at all that stuff. Yes, we were very comfortable. We
went
felt
home. Yeah,
we
yeah,
were
yeah.
home. It's nothing. I was uncomfortable. It was not a new place for me and anything like that. It's not that I was uncomfortable in the place. I was looking at the whole situation. I was looking at daddy. I was looking at both of you, and Ishiv being in that, like, in his program or whatever, and so that whole stuff. And I was giving me, like, how long can we go on like this? I was doing whatever I will be doing here. I was still in the kitchen. I was still doing this. I was more anxious about you three than for myself.
Sure, but you didn't say it to us, is my point.
No, that's what I'm thinking. I was just dealing with it, that how, what to do with it. But when you guys said no, as long as it takes, we are just going to be here, then it
Okay.
made me anxious. Like, okay, like, we cannot be here for long period of time.
Yeah.
And going that, when that the airport closes and open and closes and open, flights were running smoothly, yes, fine. But we don't know if we would take a flight, then it will go. I've spoken to Rizwan auntie. They went to India, and the one flight canceled. She said, then those next 12 hours, I know how I dealt with that I felt like I won't be able to go home. So you don't know how you will feel the situation unless you are in that situation. I
Yeah.
did not know that I will feel like that,
No, you
the
sound-
going there. And then, and I'm coming back, I am so happy with my decision. I'm glad we made that decision and came back. And
No,
just
Mom, but I'm trying to get at, it's less about the decision. Like,
Hmm.
whatever the decision, at the end of the day, like, we processed it with four of us sitting down.
Hmm.
And quite frankly, we did make the decision to come home because you were feeling a particular way. We were like, it's best for the four of us, because we were evaluating, things weren't changing, and if one person is feeling like, we left because Ishu was uneasy. The three of us weren't that uneasy. Like, we were kind of like, things are going normal. He
Yeah.
was uneasy.
Yeah.
These was uneasy. So we're
Yeah.
like, okay, these guys are uncomfortable with us being
Yeah.
here, so we're gonna leave.
Yeah.
You were comfortable with us staying, so we're gonna come home. Like, that
Yeah.
all made sense.
Yeah.
My only thing is, like, if that conversation, or I forget what I had said, I think I was talking about your future travel, had it not started elsewhere, how would you have then, like, would you have brought it up? Or how would you have brought it up or, like, said, you
No,
guys
no,
are
that's
not
no,
feeling
no. I was
comfortable?
no, no. I was going. That's what I was waiting for that week to be over,
Okay.
and then I was thinking I will say, keep like, what is the plan? When are we going? And
Okay.
what are we going to do? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was thinking of that already, and I was saying, no, this cannot go on. We
Yeah.
cannot be in this waiting situation, and knowingly that situation here was not all that bad. So that all I also had, it's not that I came in bombardment here, I
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So knowing that situation, I was always in a touch with people here, and they were having a normal this thing, whatever. So that was the my anxious part of it, that
So you took, so in your head, you started to feel it. You needed to give yourself a few days to see if that feeling persists.
yes, yeah, yeah,
And if it persists, does it get worse? Does
Yeah.
it get better?
Yeah.
What makes it change so that you can see it for yourself before you're just like, guys, I'm feeling this way.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's, to me, that's how I am. That's why I'm trying to understand.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no.
Stop it down.
Like I said, I always like deal with myself first.
Yeah, I don't do that.
And then I've always like seen, oh, let's see how this day goes.
Okay.
Let's see how this day goes, and then see. And then I was thinking on Monday we'll sit down and see. And after that, when we talked about it, when we all agreed that okay, we'll
Yeah,
make
your
a
mood
decision.
completely changed.
I was that last week I was all fine. My
Yeah.
my anxiety was gone.
Yeah.
As long as I had a date to come back.
Which even at that time, what I think was interesting, you knew also that date could change.
Yes.
Depending on.
Yes.
We were always
Yeah.
evaluating.
Always that's why we didn't.
But it was, I think, then.
At least in my mind,
Yeah.
it was there.
Yeah.
That yes, we have decided, so we can go back. There's
Yeah.
nothing big going on. So we'll deal with it however the time comes, and then but to be honest with you, this kind of anxiety I have not felt.
Yeah, I know. This was like
This
a different level for you.
yeah, this was like, and Lakshmi being here by herself, and I was talking to her and all that stuff. It's just, and now I know how people would feel they are displaced from their home countries, homes. How before we used to say, oh, why can't they take these asylum, why can't they give asylum to these people and all that stuff. It takes so much courage for people, and that's the other part of it. I always feel why people leave. If you're happy, you're content, your life is going somewhat good, just be happy wherever you are. Don't be just going, oh, I wish I was sitting in America, I wish I was sitting in Australia, I wish I was sitting here, I wish I was sitting here. So in these 2 weeks, whatever 4 weeks, I learned that anything can happen. UAE, like being the country so safe, oh, this country, like people are moving here left and right, safest place to be. But now, anything can change, and then wherever you are happy, that wherever a home is, wherever your heart is, it's
Yeah.
just wherever you feel comfortable.
But I actually find that if we weren't home, like kids, what I think is interesting, which is what Isha and I were actually trying to understand, like your attachment, or maybe I don't know if it's the house, like because I guess Dubai is the longest place where we've lived now, but we've never had such an attachment to home, like as a building type of thing. But not that I think it's the build. Like, what is it?
No,
Is
it's
it your
it's
comfort
it's
zone?
it's a comfort zone, Tejal. It's always your home is your home. Even when we were growing up, like Nani ji used to say, like अपनी तो झोपड़ी भी हो ना, चाहे तुम नमक से भी रोटी खाओ.
Yeah.
That feels so good.
Yeah.
और तुम 5-star होटल में भी चले जाओ, 2 हफ्ते के लिए भी तुम, you are in a nice resort and everything is taken care of, you are eating nice food, spas, you still want to come home.
Yeah.
So home is home. I don't care if I've lived here 2 years, 3 years. For me, like I've done this all my life.
Yeah.
I have made home. Doesn't matter how many years I have lived in.
Yeah.
Even if I've lived in that house for 2 years, for me that place is home.
Okay, I get it. So it's like
My own.
wherever you're defining that at that time.
Yeah. It's.
But if you would have come, you would have felt that. Do you think? And my point is, if let's say the three of us were in one city. Let's say we were all in London.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, then Daddy and I, we could have gone to London, or we would have.
but would you think you would have felt the same? Probably.
No, I would have felt the same.
Yeah, you would have.
Because
Okay.
why don't you, whenever I visited you guys in the
And you
US,
don't spend months
I
on
don't
it,
spend
yeah.
months. I just go for 2.5 weeks. I say I will come to you for one week, then I'm back.
Yeah.
I've never spent months anywhere.
Yeah.
I did it initially when you guys were young. I would travel from US for after 2 years. I will go for 1 month and a half. That's the only time I've traveled for so long. But we, even when we were traveling around, like I will tell Daddy, I cannot go be away more than 2 weeks.
So this is like the worst that you felt. And then what was it like? One part of I think like what were you feeling? Like it was physical. Like for me, I know when I'm feeling anxious when my mind is consumed by that, and when I'm not sleeping.
No,
And
you
then I
can-
start, and then also things set me off. Like I'm already an easy crier, but I can sense that I'm generally anxious when I'm crying.
yeah.
At everything.
No, crying part I don't know, but yes, you do feel bit off
Yeah.
in anything you do. Like when I went to see Chachi ji, and then Bhavna Mami ji goes, everybody came and they told that Seema had like her उसका बड़ा उतरा हुआ सा मुंह था, you know.
Yeah.
She like everybody, she said इतना, मैंने कहा था दीदी को मैं मिल के आऊंगी, like she wasn't herself.
Yeah.
She said everybody told me that you didn't seem like how you are this and that. I said it shows, and people were saying, oh, you go visit that place and that. I said, I'm not in a vacation mode.
Yeah.
I cannot go for vacation. You need a certain mindset to go for vacation and enjoy. But if you are not in that mindset, then I don't want to be in that situation forcefully.
Do you think then the way that it was, you guys excuse my mail messages, I have just got a new laptop and I have not adjusted all the sound notification settings. Do you think then, if this was so far the worst that you felt, did you deal with it the right way? Like, now that you felt it and you've dealt with it, like what would you take away from it? Or you're like, this is how it was fine?
No. I think I will always, like I told you, I always dealt with it like this, and then I don't think I did anything wrong. I gave
No,
I no, of myself. I'm
Yeah.
saying I didn't say after 2 days, let's go. I gave myself 3 days, 4 days, and the way I was feeling, and let's see how it goes. And then we'll discuss about it and then see how it goes. And Ishi used to at night, I will gauge like what he's feeling and what he's saying and what is the news and how he's thinking and all that stuff. And so how I gathered the information
Yeah.
from people here, people there, and all that stuff. So I think it was fine.
I think, but it's so important to have an outlet. And
No, I think, and the other good thing I found, the support of people. Like Mamu was traveling and he said, no, I will leave the key. You guys come whenever you, here's a key. And then Balki Mami ji ke parents, she said they don't need to even go there, they can come here first.
Yeah.
And we have like, they can be, by the time you guys come, they can stay here with us. So the support and people messaging, people checking on you and all that stuff, it just it cannot do anything else, but it just gives you the people are
Totally.
concerned about you, and then you are not dealing with this on your own.
It's like you have options, or for me, it's like we were saying, just having someone to talk to. I mean, it's just an issue generally. I internalize other people's emotions into myself. Like if people are uneasy, I start to feel uneasy, and then I feel like, and even if it's not their fault, like I can, if I'm sensing that you're uncomfortable, or if Deeds has been on edge since it started. Obviously, she's away.
Yeah.
And like I can feel.
Yeah.
Like what she's feeling. Excuse me. But like the way that I will get through that is I'll tell Ishu. You know, like I have a person who I'm like, I just need to.
No, I'm sure it has been harder on her because we are four of us.
Yeah, we're here.
We are
and
here.
She's alone. Yeah.
We are here in the situation, and we are talking to each other, and we are dealing the situation, and however, and she's there by herself,
Yeah.
and not knowing what's happening here, and just relying on our news and other news she's getting, and she has to see which news she wants to believe in.
Yeah, but no, that's like, you know how before
The media has been so bad. Like in India, the news people have been getting far worse than what it is, though.
No, but that's actually that's what I told her. You know, before how we used to, even if like when we moved away from home, how sometimes you guys didn't tell us if something was going on at home, or we didn't tell you if we were like sick.
Yeah.
I think both of us are now. We just want to know.
Yeah.
How it is. Like we will process it much better if we know what's happening, and I can deal with it. So that's why I told her. I said I will tell you. I will not hide.
Yeah.
If something fell next door, I'm not hiding it from you.
No, why?
No, like there's no sugarcoating.
Yeah.
I will tell you exactly how it is, what's going on,
Yeah.
and I think that is the best that we can do, and
Yeah.
hopefully has helped. I don't even know, like if I think it's helped.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the outlet part of it, like that has been. We all sit together in the morning and we're like, how's
Yeah, I gather news from everybody.
Yeah,
and I'm sure it's annoying also, but it's just like you're reading the same news and then you're telling the same news, and I'm sure you two get like, oh mom, I just read the news and now you're telling me the same news.
No, but I think it's good because we have our, like dad always says, we have our usual family meeting, and it's a check-in also.
Yeah.
I mean, dad asked Ishu and I separately in India. He said, look, we made this decision. Mom is feeling this way, but before we get on that plane, are you two okay with going home? Like, this needs to be a collective thing. And we were like, yes, because there is a reason we've all made it. And for us, if there's such a significant emotional reaction someone's going to have better on the other side, like that will control. But it has to be, we're all good about communicating.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like, maybe we were getting off topic, but in terms of the dealing side of it, I actually don't know how people would otherwise. You might use spirituality a bit, not in.
No, I do.
I don't. For me, people are my spirituality, but.
No, I do for certain things, like when I was going for my surgery and when I was in that MRI machine, and that guy was doing my surgery, like I would chant and whatever. But this is what I'm saying. This was totally different. Nothing helped. Even in the plane, sitting when we left in the plane, I was thinking, oh my God, something is going to hit this plane. Something is going to hit this plane. I was just like sitting and chanting, but still wasn't helping. And then moment Ishi tells me, Mom, we are out of danger zone. Then I took a breath, said, oh my gosh, okay. And then coming back also, I'm just sitting there.
You need to touch down.
Before, and then I was just, yes, you take this decision. Yes, we took the decision to go, but that anxiety, even at the airport, when the pilot is saying, oh, we are delayed, we are not going, and then you wonder, oh my gosh, why? And then you are in the, like, it's just all that.
No, that's a good point. It's to what has worked for you before may not always work.
No, it does.
Your feelings can be stronger in a way that you've never felt them, and then I'm sure that's also actually in some ways more anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
Where like usually for me this helps. Like usually for you, I mean, even when you had your little belly button surgery, like you spent 10 minutes in your head of saying whatever you had to say,
Yeah, yeah.
and it got you through
Yeah.
that procedure.
Yeah.
Like, that fact that sitting on the plane and reciting that,
Yeah.
or even listening to something in the AirPods
Yeah.
didn't do it,
No.
you're just kind of like, shit,
Yeah.
what my usual course of action is
Is not working.
So
That's why
now-
I'm saying what I felt in the plane, and that time and coming back. So it's just you do whatever you have to do, but you go through these phases, in your mind that, oops, what did I do?
No, but you don't. It's not like you regretted it.
No. No. It's not that. It's just how you sometimes you do.
I don't think you still. I mean, you say whatever. I like the way that Ishu was feeling. I still don't think you would have been like, I'm not going. I don't know. He was like.
No.
this is also
I
the
would
way
have.
that
No.
we
That's
take
what I
decisions
said.
together.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't say I would have. I wouldn't have gone. I'm saying I would. If it was Daddy and both of us were here,
Yeah,
we
you
would
would've.
not have left.
Yeah.
We would have been fine. Whatever, we would have dealt sleeping downstairs or whatever. We would have taken the precautions like that. But both of us would have felt more comfortable, barring the situation was similar as we left.
Yeah.
It wasn't so it would have been fine, it would have been okay. And then maybe it was, but this is what I'm saying, this conflict, these people, now it makes me even more mad, more anxious about the world situation, that people, like so many people were displaced, like Lebanon, poor things, half of the villages or towns were had to evacuate, leave their houses. Now I know, like, how do you leave? And when we were leaving, I'm thinking, what do I take with me? I'm glad that I'm not, we have not been, like you said, home, we are not attached to materialistic things or whatever, so we just took important documents and stuff like that. That's fine, like in the house, we can replace stuff. There's no emotional attachment. But still, people leaving their house, I still knew I still would have come on 3rd of April. But these people leaving the house, not knowing, not even coming back.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is now whatever change of topic, but I think for a lot of people, for us at least, it has put things for sure in perspective. I mean, hearing booms and hearing planes and whatever, yet knowing the UAE is like mega defensing.
No,
That's not even a word, but like, we are safe. I mean, all things considered, ridiculously, we are safe in terms of what they're doing a good job. Right? Nothing has hit us.
One thing I would have to say, you gotta love this country.
It's a funny joke, guys, that I won't bore you with, but it's just funny.
But the way they have dealt with this situation, and the way they have
shout out to the UAE government for helping our anxiety, because like, we're at home in this and feeling totally fine.
It says a lot about a place where you send a plane to evacuate people and people don't want to evacuate.
Yeah.
And we coming back to this place and feeling safer here than anywhere else.
Yeah, in this
so
situation.
Then it should tell you about the country we live in.
Yeah.
And hats off to the UAE government.
Seems to be a pretty good place to sign off on.
Yes.
But like, I think just along I don't even know how deeply we got into it. I think people are gonna be feeling different things to this conflict. The conflicts have been going on around the world, and we're not oblivious to the fact that this isn't the first one, and people have, different parts of the world, been in a lot worse situations. But we have felt a fraction of the emotional reaction that you can feel in this. And know friends and family that have felt it on our behalf, or like their own family is here. So just saying, we're back, we're here, we can be a sounding board if people need, like I said, communicate it and let it out. That's how I deal And I will always welcome people who need to deal in the same way.
Anxiety, one thing I would end with, anxiety goes way back. They say when the Mahabharata, before Mahabharata Yudh started, the Arjun who was dealing with the Krishna's chariot, he knew everything. He was a warrior, but he was still very anxious to fight that war.
Yeah, no one's impervious to
Yeah.
it.
So don't listen to people, oh, this generation is only anxious, or that generation wasn't
And it
anxious, or
doesn't
this
make you
and
weaker. It's a
yeah.
normal, just like
It's
people feel sleepy, people feel
yeah.
hungry. Like, these are normal.
It's a normal mental state.
It's a normal mental state. If you are feeling like you're someone who can't get out of the situation, you just might be someone who needs a little extra help from whatever that is going to be, whether it's medical or psychological or whatever. But it's not like it makes you weaker. Just like someone can have any other medical condition or a headache or migraine, this is normal. So accept that it's a normal feeling and find your way to deal with it. And if anyone needs to talk, we're here. But glad that we can be back.
Yes, we are happy to be back.
We are going to continue with our normal-ish schedule.
As best
yeah.
as we can.
Yes, barring any more people being stupid, but I guess we can't count on that. So we will talk to you guys next time. Thanks for being patient.
Bye bye.